14 surprise cruise line rule changes catching cruisers off guard. Cruise rules are changing fast. We're talking new charges for things that used to be free, bizarre restrictions nobody saw coming, and a growing list of rules that can get you warned, fined, or kicked off the ship altogether. It's not just one cruise line either. It's all of them. Royal Caribbean, NCL, Carnival, MSC, even Princess. They're all tightening the screws in 2025. So if you think your next cruise is going to be like your last one, think again. Today we're counting down 14 surprise rule changes catching passengers completely off guard, and we're not holding back. We'll show you what's changed, which cruise lines are doing it, and how to avoid getting caught out like the poor guy who got booted off for using the wrong Wi-Fi. Yes, really. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a like if you love cruising, and let's get into it. Number 14. New no-show dining penalties. You booked the fancy steakhouse, you're hyped, but then the time slips past, you're still at bingo, and bam, you're charged $50 per person for not showing up. Yep, Royal Caribbean and Norwegian Cruise Line are both enforcing no-show fees at specialty restaurants. Even if you're just running late or forgot, your onboard account could still get dinged. Some passengers have even complained they weren't told this in advance. It's not just about losing your reservation anymore, it's about losing actual money. So always double-check your bookings and set a reminder, or that free dinner might end up costing you. Number 13. Shared drink packages? Not anymore. The old trick. One person in the cabin buys the drink package, and the other just borrows their card a few times. Cruise lines used to turn a blind eye, but not anymore. Now, most major lines, especially Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Celebrity, have strict policies. If one adult buys the drink package, everyone aged 21 and over in the same cabin is also required to purchase it. That means no more excuses like, "I don't drink," or "I'm pregnant," or "I'm just here for soda." Even claiming a medical exemption isn't guaranteed to work anymore, and the burden of proof is on you. Why the crackdown? Too many people were exploiting the system, using one package between two people. And let's face it, they weren't just sharing Diet Cokes. Cruise lines say it's about fairness, but let's be honest, it's also about profits. Some cruisers only find out after booking and get hit with a surprise extra $500 or more just for being in the same cabin. So here's what you need to know. Check your cruise line's policy before purchasing. Don't assume you can sneak it. They track drink limits, and bar staff are trained to spot sharing. And if you truly don't drink, look into soda-only packages or pay as you go instead, but make sure you're allowed to. Because these days, drink packages aren't just a perk. They're practically a cabin-wide contract. Number 12. Dining credits and onboard vouchers come with strings. So you finally scored that elusive $100 onboard credit from your travel agent, or maybe the casino comp gods decided to bless you. You're feeling rich. You're thinking steakhouse, spa day, lobster 2 nights in a row. And then reality slaps you mid-cruise. Turns out your magical free money comes with rules, and not cute little rules. We're talking fine print designed by someone with a grudge against happy vacationers. Some credits expire halfway through the cruise. Others only work on port days. And then there's the ultimate betrayal. You can't use them for gratuities. You know, the one thing everyone actually needs to pay for? One cruiser said they tried using their voucher at the onboard coffee shop and were told, "Sorry, that one only works at the steakhouse between 3 and 5 p.m. on sea days, and only if Mercury is in retrograde." The worst part? By the time you figure it out, the cruise is halfway over, and your credit is basically a useless souvenir. So yeah, cruise lines are handing out perks, but they're not handing out freedom. You better check where, when, and how you can actually spend that money, or it'll vanish faster than the good desserts on embarkation day. Number 11. Carnival's new dessert charges. You made it back to the ship after a long port day. You're sunburnt, tired, and in desperate need of a sugar fix. You wander over to the cafe for that gooey chocolate donut you've been dreaming about since breakfast. And bam! There's a price tag on it. That's right. Carnival is now charging for certain desserts at their specialty pop-up cafes. We're talking cupcakes, churros, donuts, and even some extra fancy sweet treats that used to be free as part of the cruise experience. Now you might find them behind a little glass display case with a sign that says $3.50 each. And suddenly, that innocent post-dinner donut just feels like a betrayal. What's next? Charging for the sprinkles? So yeah, don't be shocked when your midnight sugar run comes with a receipt. Number 10. Surprise public conduct crackdowns. Cruise ships used to be the Wild West of vacation freedom. Karaoke in the hallways, music by the pool, and that one guy who brought a whole speaker setup to blast Pitbull at 9 a.m. Well, not anymore. Several cruise lines are now tightening the screws on public behavior. No more Bluetooth speakers in shared areas, no more sing-alongs in the corridors, and definitely no more party cabins keeping the neighbors awake. In fact, some guests have reported getting warnings, actual written warnings, for being too loud after hours. One guy said he was told off just for laughing too loud on the balcony. So yeah, if you're planning to turn your cabin into Club Lido after midnight, you might want to turn the volume down, or risk getting your own guest conduct report. Fun. Number 9. Port taxes and tourist fees you didn't see coming. You know that final bill shock moment at the end of your cruise? Well, it's getting sneakier. More and more ports are now adding surprise local charges like tourism taxes, port maintenance fees, environmental surcharges, you breathed our air fees. Okay, maybe not that last one, but it feels like it. These aren't always advertised in advance. You might think your cruise fare is all-inclusive, but then suddenly there's an extra $18.37 charge labeled local jurisdiction fee on your statement. And good luck finding someone at guest services who can explain what it actually covers. So just know, even if you never stepped off the ship, your wallet might have gone on a little port tour of its own. Number 8. No drinks allowed in pools or hot tubs. You've got your cocktail in one hand, your cruise hat tilted just right, and you're easing into the hot tub like a pro. But wait, here comes a crew member, and they're pointing at your drink like it's a loaded weapon. Yep, that dreamy drink in the jacuzzi photo op? It's over. Many cruise lines are now banning beverages in or near pools and hot tubs altogether. Not just glass, we're talking plastic cups too. Health and safety, they say. Slippery decks, spilled drinks, someone trips, someone sues. So instead of sipping pina coladas in the hot tub, you'll now be sipping disappointment from a poolside lounger 5 feet away. Not quite the vibe you were picturing in the brochure, huh? Number 7. Power strip, router, and gadget bans. Here's a fun game. Try to charge all your devices in a cruise cabin without violating 5 fire safety rules. Surge-protected power strips? Banned? Extension cords? Nope. Portable steamers? Forget it. Personal Wi-Fi routers? Absolutely not. Cruise security has gotten weirdly high-tech about this. If you try to sneak one on board, it might get flagged at X-ray. And if it's on the naughty list, they'll confiscate it at check-in. Sometimes you'll get it back at the end of the cruise. Sometimes you won't. R.I.P. Steve's rice cooker. You lived a good life. Bottom line, if it plugs in, charges something, or even looks like it might connect to the ship's network, double-check the allowed list. Otherwise, you might end up power sharing one wall outlet with 3 people and a dead GoPro. Number 6. Age restrictions on solo travelers. So, you're under 21 and dreaming of a peaceful solo cruise. Just you, a suitcase full of swimsuits, and absolutely no one to answer to. Not so fast. Cruise lines are tightening the screws on solo passengers, especially the younger ones. Some are now requiring an adult guardian for solo cruisers under 21, even if the sailing is just a short hop to nowhere. That means your perfectly legal 20-year-old self might be considered too young to handle 3 nights alone in a cabin, but somehow totally ready to vote, get married, or join the military. Make it make sense. So before you book that independent adventure, double-check the fine print. Otherwise, you might be asked, "Where's your mommy?" at the cruise terminal. And that's not how anyone wants to start their vacation. Number 5. Smoking bans getting stricter. Ah, the balcony. That little slice of oceanfront serenity? You step out with your morning coffee, and your neighbor is already out there puffing like a chimney with zero shame. Well, good news for non-smokers, and tough luck for the Marlboro crowd. More and more cruise lines are now banning smoking on balconies altogether. Some have even started cracking down hard. We're talking fines, written warnings, and in some cases, straight-up removal from the ship. That romantic idea of lighting up under the stars? It might now come with a side of security escorts. So if you're a smoker, stick to the designated areas. And if you're a non-smoker, enjoy breathing actual oxygen without the side of secondhand haze. Number 4. Cabin door decorations equals banned. Decorating your cabin door used to be a fun way to stand out. Balloons, birthday signs, magnetic photos, full-blown Christmas displays. It was like Pinterest, but nautical. Well, no more. More cruise lines are banning cabin door decorations altogether. Why? Safety hazards, fire risks, sticky adhesives messing with the doors, and, let's be honest, maybe also a few overly enthusiastic cruisers who turned their hallway into a Vegas strip. Now, if you rock up with a glue gun in a dream, security might rock up right behind you. In some cases, you'll be asked to take it all down. In others, you could get a warning or a fee. So unless your decor fits the rules exactly and you've triple-checked the cruise line's policy down to the letter, maybe keep the party inside the cabin this year. Your door might stay boring, but at least your onboard record will too. Number 3. Carnival's new Cheers Zero Proof Rule. So Carnival introduced a brand new drink package. But hold the rum, literally. It's called the Cheers Zero Proof package, and it's just for non-alcoholic beverages. Perfect if you're all about mocktails, smoothies, sodas, and energy drinks. Sounds like a decent deal, right? Here's the catch. If one person in the cabin wants the regular alcoholic Cheers package and the other just wants the zero proof one, you can't split them. Nope. Carnival's rules say everyone 21 and over in the same cabin must buy the same drink package. So unless you both plan on either getting buzzed or staying sober together, you're stuck. Medical exemption? Doesn't matter. You're either in or out, no mixy-matchy. So cheers or not. Number 2. More ships require pre-booked embarkation times. Remember when you could just roll up to the cruise terminal, coffee in hand, whenever it suited you? Yeah, those days are done. Now, more cruise lines are enforcing strict embarkation appointment times. You don't just check in, you book a check-in time in advance. And if you show up too early or too late, you might be sent away to wait. Or worse, denied boarding until your assigned time slot. And no, saying "but I'm platinum" won't save you. It's part of a push to manage crowds better, which makes sense, but it also means no more leisurely brunch followed by a casual stroll to the ship. You've got a boarding appointment now. Set an alarm, triple check it, because missing it might mean watching your cruise sail away while you're still in the Uber. Number 1. Passenger gambling banned, even small bets. And here's the one that really threw us. Passenger gambling is now banned on some cruise lines. We're not talking about the casino. We're talking about you and your mates playing left, right, center, or poker at the bar for fun. Yep, even passing around a few $1 bills for laughs can land you in hot water. Carnival's already clamped down. If staff see or hear about passengers exchanging real money for any kind of gambling, even a friendly $3 game on the Lido deck, they can shut it down fast. Security might get involved. You could even be reported to the cruise director or higher. Imagine explaining to guest services that your gambling ring was 3 retired ladies playing cards with quarters. Awkward. So what's allowed? Pretend money, candy, pretzels, or just playing for bragging rights. But if you want to keep your onboard account clear of trouble, leave the cash games at home or risk getting your fun officially canceled. And hey, while some rules are getting stricter, there are still a bunch of awesome things you can get for free on your cruise. Want to know what they are? Tap the video on your screen now and grab those freebies before the cruise lines change their minds. Happy cruising!